Set to go with tonight's opening basketball game as the Trojans have traveled to Halifax, and the junior varsity will begin tonight's action. Junior varsity for Upper Dauphin will send out their Chad Mix. He'll be the center. Jeff Miller will be on one of the forward positions along with Chris Troutman. And on the back guards here we have Danny Schell and Chuck Zerby. This will be the starting lineup for the Trojans. They seem to be waiting for us to make the introductions. Thank goodness. I don't know what they're actually waiting for. I think they were waiting for the crowd to get in maybe. So here we go. Big ball game coming up a little later on as the varsity plays for the league championship of the first half. But in the meantime, these two teams will go at it, and I mean to tell you, they'll go at it. Illegal jump that time. They'll do it again. No one got the tip, so we'll try that one more time. Second tip-off is going to be controlled over here and knocked out of bounds, actually, by the tippers. So they'll tip it off once again. Referees here having a little bit of a time to get the thing going. So Mix and number 51 will try this one more time. Here's the tip. Going to be controlled this time by Halifax. He'll pass it over on the far side on the wing. Dumping it inside. Ball loose over there. Picked up by Halifax. Zerby on him. Here's a dump out in front at the top of the circle over in the right baseline. Shot, no good. Rebound comes off and is controlled by Schell. Ahead here now for Chris Troutman. Chris with a head of steam down onto the right baseline. Popping it inside for Chad Mix. Mix's first shot's no good and he's fouled or he's going to walk. Chad kind of blocked out of there on the second try, and so it'll be a walk, and we have no score. Oh, wow, big bump out there, and this time it'll be Chuck as Chuck came up and put the bump on the young Wildcat. I don't think Chuck could stop or whatever. Anyway, it'll be Wildcats taking the ball inbounds. First personal foul for anyone, so Chuck has his first. Team's first. The guy dumping it over there on the wing, but out of bounds it goes on the baseline, and so it'll be UDA to inbound. Chris Troutman will inbound for the Trojans. Trojans coming back for their second attempt at the offensive end of the court. Chuck Zerby, nice pass inside for Danny Schell. Dan's shot won't go down. Rebound comes off to the Wildcats, and back they come. 6 minutes remaining. We played 1 minute of scoreless basketball. Here's a shot by 12 from the side. No good. Rebound underneath, controlled by the Trojans. And they're going to say Mick stepped on the end line. So they'll turn it over. It will be Halifax to inbound the ball underneath the bucket. He does so in here and Mix with a good steal. Chad anticipating that inbound pass very well. Picked the ball off. Into the corner they go with it. Deserved. Back out in front. Here's the shot for two from outside that won't go. Mix with a spin around. Rebound shot won't go. Rebounded over to the far side by Zerby. He'll dump it back and the ball knocked out of bounds by Halifax. It will remain UDA ball. Chris will inbound for the Trojans. Chris Troutman. There's a ball tipped away over there and a tackle made by Danny Schell. Dan will pick up the personal foul. And it'll be Halifax to inbound the ball. Second foul for the Trojans. Dan's first. 5:34 remaining in period number one. No score. Here's a shot from outside for three. No good. Rebound comes down and is rolling around out there. Going to be picked up or wrestled for by Schell. Out of bounds it goes off the fingertips of a Wildcat. So it'll be UDA to inbound. Here comes Zerby with it. On wait, Zerby's going to be tripped up, and the first personal foul will be called on Halifax. Be none shooting. The Trojans will inbound the ball on the side. 5:12 remaining. We played nearly 2 minutes of scoreless basketball. Both these teams playing some good defense. Inbound pass over there for Chuck Zerby. Zerby on the baseline, rolls it over here for Mix. Mix with a shot, good. 2-0 UDA. Good job that time. Chad, little 6-footer from over on the right side, left side. Now they swing it out in front here. Ball tipped away, picked up by Mix, now picked up by Zerby. Ahead it comes here, and here comes Danny Shell. Dan to the hoop, he is fouled, and Dan will go to the line shooting 2. Halifax had called timeout, and so Dan will go to the line shooting 2. Here's Danny's first shot, in and out, no good. Danny Shell's second shot is good, and we've got a 3-0 ball game. There's a ball knocked away loose over there, but gathered back in by the Wildcats. Dumping it over on the baseline. Now on the near side they come with it. 12 dumps it inside here. 10-foot shot from outside, good. It's 3-2, Upper Dauphin by 1. Jeff Miller into the corner over here for Danny Shell. Danny probably could have taken it in, didn't. Anyway, here's Dan with it over on this side. Dan stopping and popping, no good. Rebound comes off to Halifax. Kid coming back with it for the Wildcats here. Has an opportunity to put his team in the lead. Over in the corner, here's a shot for 2, 3. It's good. Halifax with the lead, a 3-bagger that time by the Halifax Wildcats. It's now 5-3 Halifax. Here's Mix with a 14-foot shot. No good. He gets his own rebound, tries a 10-footer. That's good. So Chad Mix hits one and ties us up. Chad's got 2 buckets this evening. There's a walk going to be called now on the Wildcats, and the Trojans will come back with an opportunity to take the lead again. We're tied at 5. 3:47 remaining in the first period. Halifax and UDA all tied up at 5. Danny Shell out in front now for Chris Troutman. Now back to Dan. Chris Troutman. Shell. Troutman going to penetrate a little bit. Dumps it over on the far side. Here's Jeff Miller for 2. It's good. Jeff hangs up a nice little 2-bagger from over there. And we've got a 7-5 lead Upper Dauphin. Here's the ball going to be tipped out of bounds over there by Halifax. And the Trojans will take over. They can come back and get to a 4-point lead here now. Troutman for Mix. Chad, ball knocked loose out of his hands. Back with it come the Wildcats. On the right side they go with it. Man tries to dribble it in, but a foul will be called. Foul will be on Danny Shell. Dan will pick up his second personal foul here in the first period. He picks up the second, the team's third. And it will be Halifax to inbound the ball. Over here on the right side they go with it. Kid dribbles it out in front. Ball tipped over there, but gathered back in. There's a ball passed, or trying to be passed underneath the 50. No good. Yeah. But nothing doing. Halifax will inbound the ball. .51 dumps it over into the corner. Shot from the side for 3. That's good. It's another 3-bagger. And we have an 8-7 ball game. Halifax by 1. Here comes Chuck Zerby on the baseline. Tries to bounce underneath for Shell. The ball going to be rolled out of bounds off a Halifax ball player. 2:31 remaining in the first. 8-7 Halifax by 1. Chris Troutman inbound it. Does so back here for Mix, and a foul called. Number 14 will pick up the foul. Be none shooting, the team's third. And the Trojans will inbound it with 2:30 remaining. Coach Hain hollering out some instructions to Chuck Zerby. See if Chuck can listen to this one now and get himself something. Here's Chuck on the left side, dumping it inside here for Chad Mix. Chad to the hoop. Missed the shot. Ball loose over there. It's going to be off of Chuck's hands, and Halifax will inbound with 2:24 remaining in a low-scoring first period. It's 8-7 Halifax by 1. Pass knocked away over there by Zerby, picked up by Miller. Jeff coming back with it for UDA. Over the near side here. Here's a 3-bagger put in there by Shell. Oh, good job by Robbie Shell. It's now 10-8 UDA by 2. Whoa, hold everything. Foul called. Foul's on Chris Troutman. Chris picked up the personal. It's hard to tell over here. In fact, you can't tell over here how many they have. But Chris has one for sure. The ball stolen away very nicely, and Chuck coming down with it has the ball robbed away from him. Back with it come the Halifax Wildcats. Right down the middle he goes. He has a shot blocked away nicely by Miller, and there's a foul called on number 12 as he goes into Chris Troutman. Chris will not be shooting. Fourth foul for both clubs now. Both teams have 4. So the next personal by anyone will put the other one in the bonus. 14 left the ball game for Halifax. I don't know whether it was his second foul or not. I'm not sure. During the regular game, of course, they have these lights that light up the side of the ball player, but in a JV game that doesn't happen. Hard to tell. Here's Mix inside. One fake shot and a foul. Chad will go to the line this time, and he'll be shooting a pair as he missed the shot. So Chad will go to the line shooting 2. Minute 16 remaining. Now they got the fouls thing up on the board. Okay, they finally began putting the fouls gizmo up. And anyway, let's see. First shot by Chad was good. Let's see, 11-8. And Mix's second shot is no good. Rebound comes back here to number 12. He's winding it right to the baseline, dumps it to his buddy on the other side, who throws it over here to Chad Mix, and back with it come the Trojans. Troutman over on the far side for Zerbe. Zerb for 2, no good. Rebound comes back out in here. Be picked up by Chris, and Chris's shot won't go in. Rebounded by that large Halifax Wildcat right underneath there. Boy, he's a big kid. He has it now over there in the wing. And a foul called. Chuck will pick up the personal. Coach Hain that time. Hollering a little bit. Crowd over here going, ooh. Anyway, kid will go to the line as Chuck picks up his second. Shooting a 1-on-1. He missed the first one on the rebound shot. Blocked. Back here comes the kid from outside. He's got a 2-bagger. Nice shot by that little winger here for Halifax, and it's now a 11-10 ball game. Here's Shell from the side for 3. No good, and the ball goes back up over the superstructure and out of play. 25 seconds remaining in the first period. Now it's an 11-10 ball game. UDA by 1. Top of the circle. Now on the wing. They go deep into the corner. Shot from the side. Short. No good. Rebound comes off to Chris Troutman. He'll dump it ahead in a hurry here for Chuck Zerbe. Chuck to the hoop. Shot no good. Spun away from Chuck. He's got the rebound underneath. Tries to dump it outside here for Chris Troutman. Chris goes into the lane. Puts a shot up. That won't go. The big guy with the rebound. And that's going to end the first half. So at the end of, or the first quarter rather, at the end of the first period, we have an 11-10 ball game, UDA by 1. Okay, beginning the second period of play here now. This is Chris Troutman dumping it over there for Miller. Inside they go for Mix. Mix from outside. Spins around the hoop. Won't go. Rebound shot put up by Chuck, and Chuck's fouled. Chuck will go to the line shooting 2. Chuck at the line to shoot 2 and give the Trojans an extra little lead here, and he did not. Missed the first one. He'll get one more try. We've played 10 seconds into the second period. Trojans up 11-10, and that's where it's going to stay momentarily. Here's the ball stripped away inside. Zerbe picks it up and puts it in. Good job. 13-10. Trojans by 3. Chuck with a good rebound in there as Chad Mix had it ripped out of his hands, and Chuck right there on the baseline to pick it up underneath the bucket. Here's 12 from outside for 3. It's good, and a foul called. Woo, I think he hit a 3-bagger. Let's see. Well, let's see. I guess he did. I'm not sure. I know he hit the bucket. Let me check the scoreboard once. Yeah, that was a 3-pointer by this young lad. So he can make a 4-point game out of this one, or 4-point play out of this one. It's tied at 13. Shot's good. He made all 4. So it's now 14-13 Halifax. That erased a 3-point lead in a hurry. It's a pass ahead for Mix. Over there for Chris Troutman. Chris looking inside for Chad Mix. Mix to the hoop. Puts it too high off the glass. Back come the Halifax with it. Here's a ball going to be thrown away by Mix as he got the steal out at the timeline, but then just dumped it back without looking. Chad figuring there must be a Trojan trailing the play, and there was not that time, so Halifax coming up here now with a 1-point lead, 14-13. To the right side, kid shooting for three. No good. Rebound's going to come off and be controlled. Let's see. Out of bounds. It's knocked by Danny Shell. Well, Halifax will maintain possession. They dump it inside. Ball tipped away nicely in there, and the Trojans gathered it back in. And a foul called. Foul will be on number 12. So we'll find out how many this young fella has, because he's a good little point guard for this outfit. Let's see, it'll be non-shooting, but for him, he picks up his second. They're sure it'll be shooting, yeah. Okay. No one was at the line. Now Dan takes his place on the foul line. 12 picked up his second with 5:49 remaining in the second. Dan's first shot's good. Ties up the ball game at 14 all. Second shot by Danny Shell is good, so Dan makes a pair and gives the Trojans a 1-point lead, now 15-14. There's a ball dumped back here. Chris Troutman trying to get a hold of it, but he couldn't. Over to the right wing corner it goes. Shot from the baseline, no good. Rebound comes off to Mix. Back with it comes Chuck Zerby. Zerb looking for some inside help, but nothing doing there, so he'll dump it back outside. Now they go in here to Mix. Chad with a shot. No good. Chad's getting the shot off in there, but here's a ball stolen away and now restolen by the, let's see. Okay, who has it? Okay, it's finally controlled by Jeff Miller of the Trojans. Wow. That ball was loose 4 times out there at change. And anyway, Chad getting that shot inside with the ball not going in. Chad not too accurate here right at the moment. Here's a ball rolling loose, going to go on the floor. Picked up by Halifax. Long court pass. Shot. No good. He missed the peeper. Back with it comes Miller for the Trojans. Jeff on the near side here for Chris. Now over here for Shell. He goes over there for Zerby. Zerby on that left side over there. Hack that. Danny Shell from outside. No good. Rebound comes off to Halifax. Another long pass down here. 14. He'll bounce one underneath the 12 again. 12 tries this shot again. No good. Rebound back here to Mix. And the Trojans missing some golden opportunities here. Now here's a trip. 24 will pick up the trip, and Chris Troutman will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Troutman at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. First shot's no good. Rebound's going to go, let's see, inside here now for Halifax. Shot from 10 feet out. Good. Here comes Miller with it. Jeff will stop. Spinning around out here. Inside for Zerby. Over here for Miller. Troutman out in front. 16-15 Halifax by 1. Here's a ball stolen away in there on the pass to Jeff Miller. Down they come with it. He tries to bounce it over on the right wing side. Now in front. Nice move and a shot blocked nicely in there by Chad Mix. And then a foul will be called on Chris Troutman, but boy, Chad Mix made a good block that time as the Wildcats decided to play with it down there. And Chad coming up with a big stop. Foul will be on Chris Troutman. Chris is going to leave the ball game now as Eric Troop comes in for UDA. Chris picked up his second personal foul. Shot comes down here to Danny Shell. And Eric Troop coming away with it now for UDA. Eric down here for Danny Shell. Dan looking around. He'll drop it back over here now for Miller. Back outside. Here's Dan from outside. Long on the far side it goes. And back with it comes Halifax. Halifax dumps it right off over there to Zerby. Here comes Troop. Troop beats his 2 people and a foul called. A hacking foul will be called on number 24. And Troop will go to the line, shooting 2. 2-shot foul, Second one is good, and we're tied at 17-16 UDA by 1. Halifax dumping it on the wing. Ball knocked out of bounds nicely in there by Jeff Miller. It will remain Halifax ball, however. Timeout's going to be called by the Wildcats. So, got a darn good game unraveling here in the junior varsity, just as a prelude to the big varsity ball game coming up in just a moment. 17-16 UDA by 1 with 3:09 remaining here in the first half. Okay, the timeout is over, and Halifax will inbound the ball. At the top of the circle. Ooh, good defense. Chuck moving out to grab that one. Hold everything. 3 seconds going to be called now on the Wildcats as they slowed it down, but they also slowed down the young fella in the paint. Now Halifax going to go with some kind of a defense here. Let's see if the Trojans can get it in here. They did. Jeff Miller, he'll get it across here now for Danny Shell. Danny driving it down the right side. Out in front for Miller. Shot short. And it's going to go out of bounds. The Halifax ball. 2:47 remaining in the half. Here's a ball tipped away nicely by Chad Mix. Ahead here for Troop. Eric to the hoop. Good. And the shot counts. And Troop will go to the line, shooting 1. Good job that time on a steal by Mix and the shot by Troop. Eric to the line to finish off a 3-pointer. Troop to the line to shoot 1. Here's his shot. It is no good. Rebounded over there by the Trojans. Chad Mix knocks the ball out of bounds for UDA. And Halifax will inbound the ball. It's 19-16, 3-point margin now. Trojans in the lead. Ooh, on the back here, they had a man open. Now he throws the ball back and out of play. Gosh, they had a man snuck open underneath there, and they couldn't hit him with a pass, and saving it out of bounds, he knocked it out of bounds. So Trojans dodged one there. Here's Mix inside. Chad's going to try with a dribble this time. Shoots over the top of everybody. He hollers short, and indeed it was, and back with it comes Halifax, and they'll throw it out of bounds once again. So Trojans not losing anything on the turnovers there, not gaining anything either. So, they'll have another opportunity to come back and put something on the board. Mr. Garrett enters the gymnasium over there. Here at Halifax, we're playing tonight. The yellow striped floor of the Halifax Wildcats. Here's a ball stolen away. Bounce pass over here for 12. He runs with it. So for the third consecutive time, the Wildcats turn the ball over, and for the third consecutive time, the Trojans go to the other end and get nothing. Well, we'll see if they can do something with it this time. Halifax trying desperately to give them a big lead. Here comes Danny Shell. Danny will drive it down. Pass it to Chad Mix, and Mix's shot this time is good. Chad, unimpeded from 2 feet out, laid that one up and in. He couldn't hardly miss that one. Down on the baseline. Kid makes a nice move, puts a shot up, no good. Danny Shell with a rebound. Back for Miller, and Jeff. He'll fast break it down there to Chuck Zerbe. Chuck puts a shot up and in, good. 23-16. Chuck's got 2. Trojans start to open it up a little bit here. 23-16, 7-point ball game for the Trojans. Going the right side with it. Out in front, stepped up. This will be 2 if it's good. Don't go. And back with it comes Zerbe. And Zerbe is fouled. And 14 picks up the foul. And Zerbe goes to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 14 for the Wildcat picked up his second in the first half. 55 seconds remaining. First shot by Zerbe is real good. Ref's going to talk to Chuck as he came over and gave number 10 kind of a shot after the kid come in to make the block on Chuck. We'll have to watch them this time. Here's Chuck's second shot, and it is also good. So Chuck makes a pair. moves the margin up to 9 now. It's 25-16, UDA by 9. And we're in the waning moments of the first half. Here goes the little fellow driving into the lane. A blocked shot, but a foul called. Oh, Jeff Miller, can't believe that call. Jeff says, what do you have to do? Anyhow, Jeff got called with the foul. And number 14 will go to the line now, shooting a 1-and-1. Marco comes into the ball game for UDA. He'll take Chuck Zerbe's spot. So Scott Markle into the game for the first time tonight. And 14 at the line, shooting 2. First shot, no good. And 14's second shot is no good. Hold everything. He jumped over the line. And so they get nothing out of that. That helps the Trojan cause here. As Eric Troop begins his attempt to inbound, he did so for Jeff Miller. Jeff, a pass ahead here now, going to be stolen away by that tricky number 12. 12 from 18 feet out. It is short. Rebound comes down to Halifax. 14 with a big rebound in there. And hold everything now. Blocking foul is going to be called on Danny Shell. Danny looks at the ref and says, what? Dan picked up the blocking foul. Trojans can ill afford to have anybody here go out with any kind of fouls on them, but Danny's going to leave now as Ronnie Minnick will come into the ball game for UDA. Ron into the game for the first time. 30 seconds left here in the first half. First shot by this young lad's no good. Minnick with a rebound. Ronnie coming back with it, forces it over here now for Markle. Markle inside, they go to Mix. Mix's shot good. Chad is slammed to the floor, but the shot was good, and Chad deserved those two. Pass over in the right wing. Shot taken over there short. Rebound comes down to Markle. Scott coming back with it. Ahead, they push it here for Minnick, but the pass knocked out of bounds here by that pesky number 12 again. And it will be UDA ball with 4 seconds remaining. So we'll see if the Trojans get one of those buzzer shots off here. Here's a shot by Minnick from the side. It's going to be short, and on the rebound, that did it. Wow! This little 12 just threw the ball down here, and it went right off the back of the rim. What a shot. This kid's okay. Anyhow, that's going to do it for the first half tonight. The Trojans with an 11-point margin at halftime. Getting ready with the second half of play here tonight, the Trojans and the Halifax Wildcats. Momentary pause here. Now we're ready to go. They're waiting for some of the crowd to get settled, and we're ready to go. We will have a full packed gym here for the second game. I'm sure about that. It's filling up very nicely here at the halftime of the junior varsity game. Shot from the side for 2 is good. And it's 27-18 now. The Trojan margin down to 9. This is Miller over there for Chris Troutman. Chris back to Miller. Jeff 15 feet out, short. Ball controlled underneath there by the Trojans. Here's Shell from the side for 3. Up over the top again. So twice tonight, Dan's shot has hit the bucket and then going back up over the top and out of the ballpark. So it will be Halifax ball. Here's a ball stolen away very, very nicely out here. Chris Troutman back on one man. Shot, no good. Rebound dished back out here now for Halifax. Here's a fast break for 51. He puts a shot up and in good. So it is now 27-20. Margin down to 7. On the right wing. Dumping it inside here. Troutman has it. Stolen away from him, however. Oh, a walk down here. Number 12 got himself tangled up. Goes for a walk. He questions it, but no question about it. Went for the walk, and it will be timeout called by UDA. UDA will have control of the ball now following their timeout as Danny Shell will inbound for the Trojans. Does so over here for Chris Troutman. Chris dumps it inside, trying to hit Zerbe in there with it. Zerbe had it. Now Zerbe's back out here. Zerbe on the baseline. Dumps it back inside here for Mix. Chad puts a shot up. It won't go. Rebound shot going to come back off here and be stolen away from him. Let's see. It goes out of bounds. Foul called on Chuck Zerbe. Chuck picks up the personal. Like Chuck might have got mauled himself down there. At any rate, Chuck picks up the personal foul, and Halifax will inbound the ball. For Chuck, it was his third personal foul. Came in the early moments of the third period. 12, winding it down here. Dumps it inside to Chad Mix. Mix spins it back off here now for Miller. Jeff stopping, dropping it back here for Mix. Mix with a shot, no good. Rebound underneath, and a foul will be called. Foul will be on Chad. As Chad went over the top of somebody to make that rebound. Trojans miss yet another opportunity there. Wow. They're squandering a bunch here. It's a 7-point game, so we can't get too friendly out here. 27-20. There's a shot by 50 from outside, no good. Right back to Zerbe comes the ball. Ahead here now for Chris Troutman. Chris heading for the hoop. Shot no good. Rebound shot by Zerbe, missed. And a foul called. Whoa, not Zerbe, I beg your pardon. The foul was on Danny Shell. And Dan will probably have to leave now. Let's see, how many does he have? Danny picks up his fourth. And he will leave as Ronnie Minnick comes back into the ball game for UDA. So Dan's going to have to take a seat here with a lot of time remaining in the third period. 4:48 remaining in the third. Danny picks up his fourth. A couple cheap calls on him here lately, I think, though, underneath there. Seemed to me anyway. Ball tapped out of bounds, and the Trojans will take over. Both teams stuck on 27-20. 4:41 remaining here in the third period. Chuck on the wing. Now they dump it inside. Mix has it. Spin around. Shot put high off the glass. No good. And he gets the rebound tied up in there. It'll stay UDA ball. It'll remain the Trojan ball. See if Chad can dump one in now. He's missed a bunch from out in front. Pretty well close in. So Chad just didn't zero in on him yet. He's one of those laser guided basketballs. Here's Chris Troutman. Hold everything. Foul called. Foul will be on number 12. Be a non-shooting foul. And the Trojans will inbound. Number 12 picked up his third. And the team, Halifax, picked up its third of the second half. Inbound pass back here for Minnick. Inside they go to Chuck Zerbe. Chuck with a little shot. That won't go. Rebound underneath there. Comes back to the Wildcats. Here's a ball loose inside there. It's going to be out of bounds. It'll be off the Wildcats. And UDA will inbound the ball. 4:11 remaining in the third. Inside, boy, there's Mix all alone. Outside he sends it. Shot for two by Miller, no good. Rebound's going to be taken away by Halifax. Here are the Wildcats again with a pass down on the right wing. Shot good. That's at number 12 again down here. He hits one for two. Ball over here to Zerbe, and it's going to go out of bounds off the Trojans, and it will be Halifax to inbound the ball. 27-22, a 5-point ball game now for the Trojans. It was 11 at halftime. It has melded down to 5. Inside they go with it. Top of the circle. Back out here now. Now, 18-foot shot short. Rebound comes off to Zerbe. He'll pass it back here now for Chris Troutman. Chris ahead for Miller. Over here for Zerbe. Chuck for two. It's good. Zerbe gets two. 29-22. Margin back up to 7. Shot by 50. Blocked away nicely by Mix. Trojans gather it in as Chris Troutman with it for UDA. Chris stopping and popping it short. Rebound comes right off to Halifax, and back they come. Comes that little 12. He'll stop and pop for 3. It's short. Rebound comes back here to Chris Troutman. Chris working it back now. He'll slow it down over there. And a walk will be called. Walk's going to be called, and let's see, timeout called too. Coach Hain can't believe that call. Neither can Coach Huff, but right in front of the bench. No call. Walking instead. Halifax dumping it inside. Chad Mix with the pick off of that pass. Chad having an excellent defensive game. Here's a shot from outside by Minnick for two. No good. Rebounded inside there for Miller. His shot won't go. Ball still loose. It's going to go off number 50 and stay down here. UDA will retain possession. Chris Troutman will inbound for the Trojans. It does so here for Mix. Mix is fouled. Foul will be on 44. Chad will go to the line this time, shooting two. Come on, Chad. We need every one of these we can get. It's 29-22 with 2:23 remaining in the third period. Trojan margin up to 7. Halifax sending some subs into the ball game now. Chad Mix at the line, shooting two. Chad's first shot, no good. Well, Chad will get another opportunity to give the Trojans their 30th point. He missed on the first try, but we'll see what we do with the second one. Second shot is good, and the Trojans now have 30, thanks to CM out there. Okay. It's Halifax right into the lane, passing it over here, picked off nicely by Jeff Miller. Ahead for Chris Troutman. Chris puts it in. It's 32-22. The Trojan margin back up to 10. Pass underneath, going to go off the fingertips of the Wildcat out of bounds, and with 2:02, it's 32-22. And the Trojans now opening up a little breathing room on these Wildcats. Here's Chucky dropping it back over here now for Chris. Back outside for Jeff Miller. Jeff into the paint. Drops it on the baseline. A shot taken and good. Nice play that time. Boy, that one worked. And Chad Mix over there as the Trojans dazzled him. And then laid one up and in on him, did Chad Mix. Okay. In the corner here. Bounce inside. Whoop. Hold everything. 3 seconds going to be called on Halifax. So just about everything getting awry for the Wildcats right now. Minute 37 left. Trojan margin up to 12. It's 34-22. This is Jeff Miller. His pass taken over here by Zerbe on the baseline. Back out here for Jeff. Jeff for two. Good. Good job, Jeffer. All right. 36-22. Trojans really start to open it up now. Wildcats just killing themselves with turnovers. Here's a shot put up. No good. Rebound by 44. Blocked away in there by Mix. Back with it come the Trojans. Chris Troutman to the hoop for two. Good job, Chris. 38-22. This will look like no contest here in a minute, but it was tough for a couple of periods here. Ball tapped out of bounds now by Mix. Halifax will, no, wait a minute. I thought it was off Mix, but they're going to give it to the Trojans with 54 seconds remaining in the third period. 38-22. UDA really opening it up here. Troutman, far side there. Whoa, wait a minute. Ronnie goes for a walk. Ron took it and walked with it that time. He did. He just did that without thinking. And here comes the Wildcat. Bouncing it over here. Ball picked away very nicely. Ahead they come with it here for Troutman. Chris has it spun loose out of his hands as the pass was kind of behind him. But let's see if the Trojan can do it again. Ooh, a near steal inside. In the lane he goes. 10-foot shot, no good. A rebound comes off to Trojans, but it's going to be a foul call. Chuck Zerbe picked up his fourth personal foul on that last one with 27 seconds remaining in the third. And Scott Markle come into the ball game for UDA to replace Chuck. First shot here is an air ball by Halifax. And he will have one more shot at it. They got stuck on 22 here a lot earlier. Most of this period, I think they've been on 22. And here's the next shot. And this one is no good either. Big rebound in there and a shot put up, no good. A rebound shot and a foul called. Chad Mix will get picked up for the personal. Chad made the block, and the 54 heads back to the foul line. For Chad, that is personal foul number 3 with 23 seconds remaining in the third period. 54 at the line, shooting 2 for the Wildcats. His first one is high. No good. Still 38-22. Second shot by the Wildcats is an air ball totally that time. So they're still stuck on 22. 23 seconds remain. Here come the Trojans. Getting warm as heck in here up close to the rafters. It is filled up, or just about filled up. Markle, far side there now for the Trojans. Over here to Miller. Miller dumping it over there for Chris Troutman. Chris to the bucket, and the shot won't go in, but he is fouled. Chris will go to the line, shooting 2. Just 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So on the second shot, Chris will make his first one, but then on the second shot, we'll have to see. He made the first one perfectly. Good job, Chris. On the second shot, we'll see if the Trojans can get the rebound and with 4 seconds put it back in and get 2 more. It's now 39-22. Next shot is no good. Rebound comes back off to the Wildcats. And that's going to just about, this is good if it goes. No, wow. Just as I said that, the kid put up a shot. 39-22 to UDA by 17 at the end of 3. Period number 4, ready to get underway. Halifax with the opportunity to score first if they can. They have been stymied by the Trojans. Here's a shot from the side by 12, way off. Rebound underneath there, though, and a foul called. Foul will be on Chuck Zerby. Well, during the shot, I guess. I was going to say before the shot, but I guess it was. Let's see. 5 fouls on Chuck. Yeah. Chuck went out with his 5th personal foul. And that means the Trojans are going to have to find someone to go in. Coach Hain taking as much time as he can. It looks like he's choosing someone to paint the Sistine Chapel there. Coach looking around and thinking about this. But he'll send Steve Troutman into the ball game. So Steve into the contest for the first time tonight. This young freshman will take Chuck Zerby's spot. 39-22, UDA ahead by 17, and 50 at the line to shoot 2. His first one, no good. So boy, when a team gets stuck on a certain point, they have really got stuck on 22. It's been there for a long time. And 50 will try to unlock it, and he did. It's now 39-23, 16-point ball game. Here's a ball tapped away now, and the Halifax with it right over there to that young lad. He puts a shot up that won't go. 12 on the baseline, works it up. He puts a shot up that won't go, and now they knock it out of bounds, so it will be red ball. Well, there again, timeout now called by the Trojans, but Halifax again unable to put anything in. They had their chances, 39-23 with 6:39 remaining in the ball game. Okay, the timeout is over, and Chris Troutman will inbound the ball for UDA. Chris is ready. Does so down here, and Robbie Schell. Rob's got some fouls on him, but he is fouled this time. Number 50 will pick up the personal foul for the Halifax Wildcats. And I do believe that will be non-shooting also. 4th team foul for the Wildcats. Dan will inbound the ball. Did I call him Rob a minute ago? Not sure. Didn't think I did, but whoa, wait a minute. He's run over by number 50. And that's going to end the ball game for him as he has picked up now his 5th, I believe. Yeah. So 5-0 will go to the bench with 5 fouls on him. And UDA will have the ball, and Danny Shell will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1 as soon as we get a new Wildcat into the ball game. Here he comes. Okay. Now we're set. And let's see. It'll be a 1-and-1 here for Danny Shell. Come on, Dan. First shot by Dan is good. Good job. It's now 40-23. Second shot by Dan is no good, and hold everything. Dan jumped over the line that time. So even though his shot was no good, if it had been good, it would have been no good anyway. So we figure that out. Read that back. Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, Halifax out in front. That pesky 12 over to 14, his buddy over there in the wing. Now he dumps it in front. Ball tipped away in here now, and back with it comes Miller. He'll pass it ahead here for Chris Troutman. Chris stops, picks up the ball, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound to 14. He'll lose the ball out of bounds. No, he won't. Instead, Miller will pick it up. Jeff picks the ball up over there on the wing, and now on the inbounds, the kid steps in to make the inbound pass, so Halifax will call timeout, and the referee down here, or the coach, I thought was going to try to talk to somebody. He thinks that was the ball tipped loose or something. I'm not sure. At any rate, whatever it was very sudden, and we'll be right back. Okay, the Trojans will inbound the ball. Chris Troutman inbounding for UDA. I think we're ready. Official over here. Ref over here talking to the coach, I guess. They have 2 coaches. Anyway, I guess he's the head coach. At any rate, we're ready to go, I think. Yep. Inbound pass over there for Dan Shell. Dan looking around with it. Back out here now for Markle. Scott into the corner for Danny. Danny drops it back out here for Chris Troutman. Chris for Scott Markle. Into the corner here now. That goes. Now back out to Chris. Chris has the ball stolen away from him. This number 44 going to lose the handle on it. Picked up by his buddy 34. Behind the head here. Anyway, out to the top of the circle. Near steal there. Into the corner again. They go with it. He goes on the baseline. It's going to be a white ball. One off a Trojan that time. 5:26 remaining in the game. Ball on the near side here now. On the baseline. Try to dump it inside. Man's tied up by 3 Trojans, and coming away with it going to be UDA making the steal. And with 5:19 left, the Trojans will inbound it. Here comes Miller. Jeff at the timeline, passes it back over there for Shell. Danny stopping, dropping it back here for Chris Troutman. He'll dump it inside. Inside there is Steve Troutman, and he misses the shot. Steve was underneath a little bit too far that time. First attempt by Steve, and went awry a little bit. Shot from outside by 20 for 3, no good. A rebound saved in there by the Halifax Wildcats. 44 with a shot, it won't go. Boy, Wildcat shooting has simply been atrocious. Not only that, but their ball handling. Here's 3 seconds going to be called on them now. But my goodness, it has really been horrible. Here comes Jeff Miller down that right side. He'll drop it off over there for Danny Shell. Danny's going to be forced out of bounds, and 44 with the bumping inside there, and timeout called by Coach Hain. Coach does not agree with the way this is going now. He's talking it over with Danny here. But at any rate, we'll be right back. 4:29 remaining. It's 42-23 UDA. Okay, timeout is over, and Halifax with the ball. Inside he dumps one. A 10-foot shot put up, no good. Rebound's going to come off to Halifax. 30 from outside for three, and that's no good. And on the pushing and shoving underneath, a foul's called. Foul will be on 54 of Halifax. And that's going to let the Trojans go and shoot a 1-and-1. Down here, looks like it'll be Scott Markle heading for the foul line. He's the one heading down that way. Scott's the most excited one out there, so it must be he that will shoot the foul. And let's see now, Bill Miller coming into the ball game for UDA, and he'll take Steve Troutman's place. So Steve trots out, and Bill Miller coming in for for the Trojans. Yeah. In the meantime, Scott Markle at the foul line. His first shot is no good. Rebound comes off to Halifax. Ball nearly tripped loose, but not quite. On the near side, into the corner, they swing it. Now out in front. 3:55 remaining in the ball game. Over in the wing it goes. Now out in front. Trojans with some darn good defensive pressure in there. The ball nearly stripped away again. Out in front for three. No good. Rebound comes down to the Trojans. Miller passes it ahead here for Danny Shell, and Danny is fouled. And man, Dan really thrown against the boards back there. 42 with a grin on his face. He thought that was pretty funny, but I don't think many other fans did. That could set the tone for the ball game tonight, as that was a little bit rough. And the officials will be remiss right now if they don't mention it to somebody. Let's see, I'm not sure who it was. 42, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see what that means. And let's see, it's going to be Eric Troop coming back into the ball game. He'll take Scott Markle's place. And Danny Shell will be at the line, shooting two. Come on, Dan, put these in. First shot is no good. He will shoot one more. Second shot by Dan is also no good. And on the rebound, let's see, it'll be Halifax coming back here, 2-on-2. He'll slow it down. 20 from out front for three. No good. Rebound underneath going to be controlled by UDA. Over here for Eric Troop. Troop's got it. He'll spin it over on the far side there for Miller. Jeff back to Troop. Near side over here now for Chris Troutman. Chris over for Danny Shell. Dan into the lane with it. Stopping and popping, and he'll charging foul is going to be called this time. And that's going to do it for Dan, as Dan will check out with his fifth personal foul. Coach Haynes checking to see if that was five. Wait a minute. Dermot Garrett into the ball game to take Danny Shell's spot with 3:08 remaining. See if Dermot can get in here and mix it up with these Wildcats. Here comes Miller charging up to grab the ball. Ball inside the lane. Stopping and popping. Good. 42-25. 2:53 remaining. Chris Troutman, he'll drop it back there for Eric Troop. Troop back for Chris Troutman. Chris will drop it over here for Jeff Miller, and then he puts it back for Troutman. Now Miller's got it over on the wing. Back out in front to Chris. And Chris is going to, or rather Eric will throw the ball away, and he will get himself taken out of the ball game for that deed. As back into the game comes Scott Markle, and Eric the Red Troop just got himself out there. He's going to take a little coaching here from Coach Hayne, and he'll be right back. Eric plays a good ball game for UDA for the JVs here. Halifax on the wing. Shot from over on this side. No good. Rebound going to be taken off there by Halifax. Inside, ball tipped loose. Here comes Miller. Miller with nobody on him. He is hacked. And number 12 puts a big blast on Jeff Miller, and Jeff will go to the line shooting two, and that might be 5 on him. Let's see. No, I guess not. No, as a matter of fact, it's 4. So I think we're going to have to watch tonight when these guys get a single break. I'll tell you, these kids are not averse to going up there and really blasting them. They're not just tipping the ball away or getting the arm. They're doing the body, the whole bit. Jeff misses his first shot, and into the ball game comes Schlegel. He will be taking Bill Miller's spot. So Bill Schlegel into the game for UDA. And Jeff Miller will shoot one more. Jeff missed his first one. See if we can hit this one. Good. Attaboy. Nice shot. And it's now 43-25. Here's a shot from 10 feet out. No good. Rebound comes down here, and the Trojans break fast with it. 2-on-1 over here for Miller. He puts a shot too high off the glass, and a foul is going to be called. A foul will be on Dermot Garrett. Dermot, just into the ball game a few moments ago, picks up the personal foul. And that's going to send number 10 to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 2:03 remaining as number 10 puts his first shot in. 43-26. And now let's see. Okay, this time it's going to be Chris Troutman, who has played a heck of a nice ball game, checking out of the game for UDA. As back into the ball game came that Eric Troop. Second shot by this young Wildcats, no good. The rebound comes back off here to Dermot Garrett. He passes it ahead for Troop. Troop ahead here on the fast break to, let's see, it's going to be Schlegel going to the line to shoot 2. Bill Schlegel will be at the line shooting a pair tonight when we get everybody into the ball game. Subs coming in for the Wildcats. And we're ready. Here's the first shot by Schlegel. It is good. All right. Matt Stroop is positioning himself as though he may be expecting to come in here shortly. Second shot by Schlegel is no good, and rebound comes back to Halifax, and back they come. 1:50 left. Here's a shot from the side for 3, no good. Rebound comes right down there to Miller. Over there for Trojans. Here's Dermot Garrett. Dermot goes to the hoop, and he is fouled, and Dermot will go to the foul line now, shooting 2. Come on, Dermot. Jeff Miller checks out of the ball game for UDA now as Matt Stroop comes in for the Trojans. Dermot Garrett at the line to shoot a pair. Here's his first shot. No good, but it was close. Dermot gets ready to shoot his second. It's Garrett, Schlegel, Stroop. The second shot's a little short, and a rebound comes back here to the Wildcats. Bounce pass over on the left wing side over there, controlled by Halifax. Now it's out in front, 20. Bounce pass over on the near side here. Now back to 20. Clock down a minute, 23, 40. Dropping it back. Into the base it goes. Pass underneath, tripped away there nicely by Dermot Garrett, I think. Garrett may have made that steal. Anyway, over on the far side it goes. Dermot's got it. Dermot drives it into the lane, puts a shot up. He's fouled and goes to the floor. Is that 42 again there? Could have been. I believe it is. And I'll tell you what, this young lad, when he fouls, he fouls. Dermot to the line shooting a pair. Come on, Dermot. Do it this time, buddy. Way to go, Ryan! And it'll be Dermot to the line to shoot a pair. Dermot's first shot is good. He throws that one up and in good. His ball team like that one. And he'll get one more attempt. His pop also liked that one, sitting over here side of Dr. Hills. Second shot by Dermot is a little short. Rebound over the far side is going to be, let's see, he's bumped out of bounds. It'll be a UDA ball. And Dermott's going to check out of the ball game. He got his point for the night. And UDA will inbound. Sidlinger into the game now also. Here's Trojan's going to hold on to it a little bit longer now. Back out in front for Troop. Troop going to get himself double teamed and in trouble out here. Ball spun loose. Tap back in here to those Wildcats. So Eric waited a little too long that time perhaps. Here's 40 on the left side with a shot. No good. And a foul called underneath here. Foul will be on the Trojans. And let's see, we got a kid hurt over here. Away from the play, this young fellow over in front of the bench here, somehow or another got injured. I'm not sure how that happened. At any rate, it's number 10, I think. And anyway, he's okay, I guess. He's going to be all right. 42 will be at the line for the Wildcats, shooting a 1-and-1 with just 43 seconds left in the game. It's 45-26. The Trojans up by 19. And 42 getting ready to make that first shot of a 1-and-1. It is no good. In and out it goes. Schlegel with the rebound, and he steps out of bounds with it. Inbound pass, tapped away, and down he goes real hard over there. Man, he really went down hard. That was Markle. Scott, you could hear the bone rattle on the floor from here. That's going to hurt. And I think Scott might come out of here. In fact, he will. He'll come out of the ball game. As coming into the ball game now is Ronnie Minnick. And there's 38 seconds left. Inbound pass in here for 42. He dumps it inside for 40, and 40 makes the shot. 45-28. Ronnie Minnick dumping it over there. Sidlinger back over here now for, let's see, and a foul called. Foul will be on number 30. And that's going to send Matt Stroop, I think, to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. 16 seconds left as Stroop misses the first one. Foul will be on Ronnie Minnick, and that's going to send Halifax to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 15 seconds remain. The Halifax kid makes his first shot. 29-45, 45-29. UDA up by 16. With 15 seconds left in the ball game. Second shot, no good. In and out it goes. Rebound comes back here to Minnick. Ronnie pushes it ahead over here now for Schlegel. Schlegel to the hoop. He is knocked down, but no foul called. And back with it comes the Halifax Wildcats. He puts a shot up, no good. And that's going to do it as the ball game comes to an end. The game is over, and the Trojans have won the opening ball game here tonight, and the next big one is for the league championship. Junior varsity wins by a final score of 45-29. Congratulations to Coach Hain, who worked hard for that victory. It wasn't as easy as it looks, and Trojans, though, with a big third period, and that just about did it. So final score, 45-29, UDA by 16. Catch ya later.